You are capable of winning races, but you can't do it alone. It's time to elevate your game to the next level with RMR Driving Academy. Richard Murtaugh is the longest-running setup builder on iRacing with nearly a decade of experience. With a combined 13,000 rating across 2 accounts, Murtaugh has helped more than 20 drivers advance to the World of Outlaws Pro Series. Log on to rmrdrivingacademy.com or find them on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome in, everybody. Wednesday night on the Digital Sim Sports Network, the Dirt Racing Network. And that means live coverage of the Midwest Truck Series tonight. The big confines, 2 miles around this racetrack, Michigan International Speedway. 21 truck racers in attendance. A lot going on in here tonight. A couple of special tributes going on. We'll get to one first. Thing you're going to notice the most, probably the quickest, is that every one of these trucks is going to sport white wheels tonight. Those white wheels, the white signifying the ribbon that represents lung cancer. And these drivers running those white wheels in a tribute to a long-standing member of the community. He drives the 25 truck, Mr. Kevin Spalding. His cancer has resurfaced. He had beaten it. It's come back. Doesn't look like it's all that aggressive, but he's going into chemo and all the treatments to try to beat this thing a second time. He's pretty confident. Started his first chemo treatment yesterday. Said he's slightly feeling the effects of it tonight, but he's here to race. He's going to have a good truck. Get out there and get after the boys. He likes this place, so we'll see. We'll have a little, we'll have us a little 4-wide salute and put him out in front as we start our pace laps tonight. And then the second tribute we'll get to. We're going to cover that kind of during the qualifying session because that is a very special deal. Hello, Bill. Hello, Jane. And hello, Isaiah. Bill and Jane over on YouTube, and Isaiah's over on Twitch for us tonight. So if you are Twitch, YouTube, and Trovo, make sure you hit the subscribe button. But if you're over on Facebook, make sure you say hi in the chat, and then like, share, and follow. Coverage here tonight. Coverage tomorrow night. Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series. They got another doubleheader going on. So we'll be back about this same time tomorrow night with them. Oh. We'll put our other tribute information up here. Like I said, during the qualifying session, it'll make it easier for me to explain it to you. I can tell you that our 4 invert drivers tonight that will kick off our bounty. Number 1 in the points, driver of the 24 truck, Corey Blevins. He's got a 16-point lead over driver 11, Adam Vinny. Vinny second, Bigelow third, and Jonathan Scott fourth. 93 points from first to fourth. Then Watson, Mackey, Forstner, Martin, Spalding, and Boyd are our top 10 in the points right now. Only a couple, 3 races left in this thing. But those 4 drivers, Blevins, Vinny, Bigelow, and Scott, well, they'll go to the back of the field and they will start. They'll activate our bounty. The bounty up to $80 for a driver not in the top 4 that can win it tonight. They have to start in the top 10 at the beginning of the race, and all 4 of our bounty drivers have to finish within 1 lap of your eventual winner. If all 4 of those drivers that are going to the back finish in the top 7 and one of them happens to win it, well, they get half the bounty. So they'll get $40. We got our Dash for Cash drivers. Mike Forstner. Paul Bajonic. Brandon Mackey. Stephen Pearson, and Adam Vinny. Those 4 eligible for the $10 highest finisher award. It's called the Dash for Cash. And once we shuffle all of our drivers out, when we do these pace laps, we'll figure out who our top 10 are. And those drivers will become eligible to collect the $80 bounty if they can hold off those 4 at the back. I don't know what I would do if someone from 15th at the start of the race won this thing. I guess I probably should have opened it up to everybody, but we tried to make the parameters so that it wasn't one every week and that it could have a chance to build up. Somebody might get lucky and cash in. Thank you, Bill. All right, practice is over. That means it is qualifying time. Now we'll see. Fast 2 laps from these guys. We'll try to watch several drivers. We know that Garrett Boyd was the quickest in the practice session. Hello, Mindy Lee. You're early tonight. The 19, Russell Harold, rolling things out. He's not going to be our first. He'll definitely be one of the top 2 to get out here. Top 3, top 4 to get out. There's driver 11, second in the points. And there's Mr. Steven Pearson. Garrett Boyd, our only driver so far this season to have collected the bounty money. 44 of Chazon. You gotta love that. And there comes our tribute driver right there. That wildly colored number 25 DC Universe truck. Oh, Kevin Spaulding. Known Kevin for a long time. 27 truck of Bigelow. Almost everybody's out on the track. Here comes the 55 of Kyle Gomez. Coy Callis is already out. One of my favorite trucks, the whole series right there. Always love the good throwback trucks. Plus, I kind of liked old Jimmy Spencer. I liked his no BS attitude. There's the old Pink Panther truck of Mashburn. Jacob Mashburn. Adam Vinny. Post quick time to beat right now. 39:32 for Mr. Vinny. We're going to watch this guy right here, though. He's been quick. He's second quick right now. 39:39. Brock Bigelow. Same speed, thousandths of a second separating them. Well, let's go find the driver of the Ford truck, Mike Forstner. He is going to come out kind of late, so we're going to follow him here in just a minute. There's Paul Bojanic. Bojanic, first time by, 11th quick. And Vinny crosses the line. He's a little bit off, 39:82. Pearson goes second quick, 39:35. There goes Boyd for his second. And Boyd slows down a little bit. 39:44, but backs up that first lap. Kevin Spaulding jumps up there on lap number 2, and he'll be 5th quick in this thing. Kyle Gomez down the back stretch. Kyle Gomez, the only truck that doesn't have white wheels. Probably got here a little late, didn't hear the instructions and missed it, because he is the only truck that don't have them. And now let's go down and we'll watch the driver of the Ford truck, and he's got something very special on his truck. On the hood of his truck, he is depicting a lost soul recently, just over the weekend. Donna Boyd, I know Joe watches the races, so our condolences and thoughts and prayers to Joe Boyd, as his wife of 66 years passed over the weekend. And he's got all that on the back of this truck as well. She is on the deck lid. You can see from that angle right there as our second tribute of the night. No, we'll have a 75-lap race, Mr. Strayhouse. So Mr. Forstner, out of his typical paint, and he has put the Boyd family on the truck. And he will complete his first lap. 19th quick. Going to bank it all on lap number 2 here. See if he can pick it up at 39.73. He's going to need to pick up about 0.4 of a second. That's pretty complicated here. You had to really have a huge run coming out of 4 and get through the next full lap without a single solitary mistake. Find 0.4 at Michigan. This place races like a super speedway. We're going to see pack racing here tonight. Second lap for Forstner. 39.61 does not move him in the standings at all, but it is an improvement over lap number 1. So he will start tonight close to the back, but not at the back. Our top 4, 3 of them in that top 10. So we're going to shift some drivers around, and I got to do some riding, but let's get ready to look at our starting lineup. It's going to be Steven Pearson, Kevin Spaulding on the front row. Then Garrett Boyd with Austin D'Amore in row 2. Todd Keir and Jacob Watson, they'll start in row number 3. Jonathan Scott going to the back as well. So I don't know who's going to scooch up with Scott, but Callis will be in that 4th row. Let's look here. It's going to be Chris Emerson. And then we'll move Brandon Mackey and Dylan Herman up to row 5. So Mackey falling out of the top 4. Move it into the top, into the chance for the Bounty. You'll see Paul Bajanic, Michael Everett. They're going to be about row number 6. And then Forstner, Chazon in row 7. Mashburn and Harold in row 8. And then we'll go to the back, and it will be Scott and Bigelow in row number 10, number 9, and Vinny and Blevins back on the very back. So once we get them all shifted and shaped back up, we're going to get that 4 wide salute here. Everybody's going to come out. They're going to get Kevin Spaulding out front, and all the drivers behind are going to form out and go 4 wide. We're going to try to get a look at all that. Kevin Spaulding quite a ways out in front of this. Being shown a little bit of love tonight here at the Midwest Truck Series. Here we come with our 4 wide. They're going to get it done. Try to keep them rows straight, fellas. So let the pace car get away from them just a little bit. A 4 wide salute. And we'll get ready to break formation here, as we'll be on our 1 to go lap. Everybody will fall to their positions where they need to be. That'll get us lined up. Spaulding and Pearson will make up the front row. You see your 4 drivers pulling down to the inside. They're going to fall all the way to the back.
All right, man. Like the back on the pace car. We're not going green this time. We are not going.
And we'll give it one more lap here to try to get things squared away. Corey Blevins is making his way to the back. Adam Vinny, Brock Bigelow, and Jonathan Scott will join back there. Everybody else going to get in line. 75 laps. Minimum of 1 pit stop. We'll see what they do if there's any kind of cautions, because this track does have a tendency to get a little greasy. Temperature wasn't too high. You're looking at about 73 degrees on track. We should have a whole lot of grip. But I did see some guys get a little bit free coming over that kind of rise coming out of turn number 2. It comes up real quick and then flattens off, and the back end can get pretty free. Hello, Beards. All right. We're going to get ready to kick this off this time. Everybody's formed up where they got to be. Spalding and Pearson, DeMore and Boyd, Keir and Watson, Emerson and Gomez, Mackey and Callis. Those are your drivers eligible for the $80 bounty tonight if they can hang on, win, and the other 4, the 4 that had to go to the back, Bigelow, Vinny, Blevins, and Scott, if they can finish within 1 lap of the leader at the checker flag. Time to get loud. A lot of drafting here tonight. We're going to keep them tight. Pretty near all night long till we at least get through pit stops, I bet you, as the green flag comes out late in that zone. But we're underway, and our honoree this evening, Kevin Spalding, surges out to the lead. See if he can hang on through the low part of this corner. The exit is going to be the tough spot on cold tires. He'll move up the hill about a lane and a half. He should be okay. DeMore already alongside Stephen Pearson for that second position as they turn off into turn 3 for the first time. We'll be keeping our eye close to the back. The guys at the back will be making moves very quickly. Vinny's already up till 17th. Bigelow is 15th. Lap 1 in the books, and it goes to the 25 truck of Kevin Spalding. DeMore second, Pearson, Boyd, Watson, the top 5. Austin DeMore wants to get right down to the bottom, close to the yellow line. He made up some ground on the 25. Go closer to the back. It is a madhouse back here around where your 4 invert trucks were. And they are all right in the thick of this. 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. And I believe that's Adam Vinny in the middle of that mess. They'll settle it out and get it back to 2 wide. Spalding leads another one. DeMore is right there, and he's going to be taking a peek. Goes to the high side. New leader, Austin DeMore in the 07. Pearson still third. Boyd's up to 4th. And Watson, 31 truck. Say his name a lot throughout these broadcasts, and he is running in the top 5. Keir, Bojanic, Mackey's 8th. Emerson, Callis, 9, 10, and then that madhouse that's coming up behind him. Bigelow on the outside, and he's got his teammate right behind him. Forstner's up the inside, and Blevins is tucked in there with Jonathan Scott behind that. Mike Everett's in the middle of this. I thought I saw a twitch right there. Maybe the 13 truck just moved up the hill real fast. They're going to go 3 wide through the corner once again. Sorting it out slowly. Blevins pushing Forstner through the pack. Now they're going to start to single file out behind him. Jonathan Scott, the only truck of that 4 inverts that has not made his way inside the top 10 right now. DeMoore still out front, Spalding and Pearson in tow, and then so is Boyd right behind. That top 6 is in pretty good shape. It's a single file line. We'll see some moves. The guys, if they want to pass, they know they can because there's a big hole in the air in front of them. We're already starting to spread out and go top, bottom here, and that doesn't usually happen for a little bit. But cool temperatures, this track is going to afford them an opportunity to run the high line and the low line through these corners. You can see Pearson went way out there that time. Now drivers trying to make their way into the top 7 or 8 trucks here. They started at the back 7 laps ago. Oh, contact up the hill. Smoke off the right side of Bajonic's truck. Bigelow was up there. Took a shot in the left-hand door. He's going to lose 3-4 spots now. He's going to fall all the way back to 11th. I don't see damage. Definitely a pucker moment for him, though. Move for the 4th spot. Keir pushing Watson. They're going to go by Stephen Pearson on the high side there. At least Watson's going to get clear. Battle's shaving up for the lead. Garrett Boyd is putting pressure on both Kevin Spalding and Austin DeMoore, and Spalding lets him have the spot, slides right back in behind him, just giving up the 1. But Boyd is going to drop to the bottom, and he's going to go after DeMoore immediately upon entering turn number 3, and he may come out here with the lead. It's going to be close at the line. DeMoore by a fender. DeMoore hanging on by a truck length. Top 3. Single file, everybody behind that side by side. And now Blevins is looking to make it 3 wide, getting into 3. Drops to the bottom beside Watson, beside Pearson. Clears Watson. Now he'll move up to the middle. 3 wide behind him. Now they sorted out to 2 wide. Adam Vinny tucked in behind Stephen Pearson. They're 5th and 7th right now. Blevins. Truck a little out of shape there on the bottom. He threw smoke off the right rear. He's going to lose spots. He's going to go behind Pearson. Looks like he'll fall behind Vinny. That bottom is really tough. You get down there, truck gets a little bit out of shape. You're going to lose momentum. Momentum is the biggest thing here. Got to keep your speed up. Got to stay smooth. These 4 trucks battling. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th right now. Forstner is right there in 8th. Up front, DeMoore back alongside Boyd. But he's got a pusher. Now the pushing changes. As Boyd tries to shoot clear. He's completely clear of the 107. If he moves in front of him, I think he's got the spot. And he'll have it momentarily, but he didn't have enough momentum off the exit to keep him behind. But he gets there by a truck length. New leader, Garrett Boyd. So the first 11 laps have seen 3 leaders in this race. And the guys from the back, well, they're there because Adam Vinny's now 4th, and he's ready to get into this mix. Corey Blevins is right there. Bigelow is there. Forstner still in the mix. Pearson is up there on the outside. Top 9-10 trucks are all right here as Jonathan Scott has pulled his way up here. So our top 4 drivers in the points shifted to the back and now all run inside the top 10. And we've only completed 12 laps of this thing. Oh, truck out of shape on the bottom. Who was that? That's Austin DeMore. DeMore got that thing way sideways down there. And now it's Boyd Spalding, Vinny Bigelow, Blevins. Then Pearson, Forstner, Keir, Scott, Watson's fall into 10th. That time it looked like the right rear maybe stepped out a little bit for Spalding. He lost some momentum. He's going to probably give this spot up here. And that's going to put Adam Vinny right behind your leader. And now Spalding side by side with Bigelow as they battle for third. Corey Blevins with a little blink back there in the 5th spot right in front of Pearson. Vinny way wide, and he's going to lose a lot of ground. Missed the entry to the corner. I think he got tucked in really tight to the back end of Garrett Boyd's truck, and it caused a little bit of aero push. You see the guys moving around, just looking for some clean air to put across the left front corner of that truck. It's going to become a chess match up here. These guys at the front are going to have to look for the run. They're going to have to position the truck where they can keep air on the nose, not lose air on the spoiler, so they can make a move and go after the truck in front of them. Otherwise, you're just really playing hide and seek in the mirror. Vinny got a run. He's going to look to push his way to the outside of Boyd, and he's going to get there. Now can Boyd go to the bottom, keep the truck up underneath him, drive by, and then lock the door coming out of 2, and he definitely gets that accomplished. This time the roles are reversed. There's the chess match that I was talking about, because now Vinny will go in. And he's going to try to keep the air off the front end of the 21. Doesn't want to punch too big a hole. Doesn't want to give him any room to get that run so he can move back to the inside. Boyd right up under the back end. Looked like he was trying to loosen him up a little on the entry right there. Top 2 with about 5-6 truck lengths over. 3rd and 4th, Bigelow and Blevins. Spalding is still in the top 5. Forstner, Scott, Pearson, Keir, and Watson. This time a little side draft coming out of turn number 4. Boyd didn't lead the lap, but he was dead beside the 11. He'll go right back up to him. If he could clear him, which it doesn't look like he'll completely clear him, he could go back to the top lane. Vinny back to the point. This is probably what we're going to see for the remainder of this race until we get through pit stops and we separate this field even the slightest bit. You'll see that back there for 3rd place as Blevins is doing the same thing alongside Bigelow. just trying to get to the clean air, pull a little side draft, get a run up beside. Try to beat the driver in front of you to the next corner. Here comes Jonathan Scott making a run. Scott now up to the 6th spot, working on Forster for 5th. You can see Bigelow got around Boyd. Now Blevins is going to try to do the same. Jonathan Scott making noise, comes up, runs all the way up to 4th, right beside Blevins. Like I said, it's going to be pack type racing. Top 10. They get the top 12 because Jacob Watson, Coy Callis, and even Brandon Mackey in 13th are that front group. And everybody else is kind of straggled and spread out a ways. Mashburn is coming off 4, and the leaders are in 3 and 4 now, so he's just about a straightaway ahead of these guys. Three wide behind your leader. Blevins drove it into 1 and 2. He might go 3 for 1. I don't think he's going to get it done with Vinny, but he definitely got around Bigelow and Boyd right there. Now they'll just put him back in the middle of the sandwich, and both will go right back alongside and maybe past. So that move was well executed, but didn't last a half a lap. This time down to the apron. No out of bounds here. Same move he used before. That time Bigelow tried to turn underneath him and he got himself loose. And they're going to keep fighting for these spots. There comes Boyd down the hill. Drove down right to the left front, or the right front of the left rear of his truck against Bigelow's. Now they'll go back to side by side. This time it's going to be 2 wide, and the 24 looks like he's going to tuck behind the 21. Up the hill. Boyd didn't quite get there. Turns the truck back down. He'll leave the spot open for Vinny to go back by. Had Blevins up on the outside right there. Like I said, it's going to be timing. You got to time it perfect, execute it right, get a little push, and you got to be able to close the door on that guy on the other line. They're going to be 3 wide, getting down to 1 and 2. Blevins going to try to thread the needle and go for the lead. Oh, wrecking behind. Pearson got Scott. We may have a caution. Oh, and that time Boyd up off the bottom, almost got in the left rear corner of the 27. He really had to roll off that truck quick. Maybe bump a little brake to get that thing to straighten out, and he's going to lose a spot to Forstner, and he may lose a spot to Austin DeMoore. Blevins is trying the high side to take the lead away from Adam Vinny. Blevins will lead this lap. That's our 5th leader in the first 26 laps. So the boys from the back make a noise at the front. Stephen Pearson heading for pit road. I don't know if Jonathan Scott is or not. I know he's way back in 20th right now. That truck's damaged. We'll go take a look here as he goes to pit road as well. So both trucks damaged. We'll see if they can get back out, keep themselves in the fight here. 3 wide once again, these 3 at the front. That time, Blevins through the middle. Puts himself in front of Vinny and in front of Bigelow. Mike Forstner's having a great run tonight. Forstner started 19th. He is up to the 4th spot. Blevins to the point. I don't know who's on fire. Let's go take a look down here. Steve Pearson's truck smoking heavily. Oh, and Jonathan Scott's truck. Severe damage. Right front. Gone. That may turn the bounty off tonight. As one of your top 4 will no longer be able to finish within 1 lap of the leader, it doesn't look like. We'll wait and see. We got a long ways to go. We still got 45 laps. Corey Blevins now has assumed command. He went on a streak of wins. It was broken up last week by Adam Vinny. He's your points leader, and Vinny is second in the points. Mike Forstner made a move on Brock Bigelow through 1 and 2, and it didn't materialize. That run off the high side, just too much momentum. And it's official. Jonathan Scott out of tonight's race, so the bounty will be turned off. And we'll add $20 to it next week. It's a $5,000 next week. Woo, that's a lot. Garrett Boyd still sitting there in the 5th spot. DeMore has worked his way back to 6th. He fell to about 9th. He's worked his way back to 6th. Watson, Spalding's in 8th. Keir and Mackey now inside the top 10. Coy Callis having a nice run tonight here. He's running 11th at the moment. I feel like we're about 7 to 9 laps away from pit stops as we got a new leader, our 6th leader of the evening. Brock Bigelow gets a push from Mike Forstner. 3 wide. He goes across the line first to start lap 32. And Brock Bigelow will grab the point. Jockeying around behind that because Boyd got to the outside rear quarter of the 11. He's top 5. This has been a fight. Are we going to have our 7th leader of the event tonight? Mike Forstner trying to get a push. And just by a nose, Bigelow kept him from being our 7th leader this evening. Four truck trying to push his way back clear to the front. He's got Garrett Boyd behind him now, giving him a shove. Through 3 and 4. If he comes up the hill, he may be able to put the block on. He'll become the 7th leader of the evening here at the end of lap number 33. And he's got it. So a new leader about every 4.5 to 5 laps on average. There's a lap truck right in front of him. That's Jacob Mashburn. Down the backstretch, he should be able to let these guys get clear. Keeps it locked in on the bottom. Top 7, top 8. Top 7 for sure. This time it looks like Garrett Boyd is headed for pit road. He's going to get out of the mess, and he brought Kevin Spaulding with him. Let's watch these guys go down and get service. They're nose to tail in the pits. That'll help because they can get out there. They can draft each other around, waiting for everybody else. And they'll probably have some clear track. Leaders coming out of turn 4. They're all headed for pit road themselves. So, oh no, Corey Blevins going to get it crossways in front of everybody. Damore's going to turn him. Keir's going to slide into this. Drivers dodging and weaving. Mashburn almost into the barrels. Whoo. That got exciting, and it got exciting real quick. Like, let's go back. Oh, no. Your second in points had to miss pit road because of this. Let's go all the way back. Coming in, and there's Blevins right behind him. Oh, and Blevins didn't know he was slowing, I think. Went up the hill, and then coming back down, he spun the truck out. Several drivers are going to get in. I don't think a ton of damage, but it did push Adam Vinny outside pit road. He's going to stay out there, and now he's coming to pit road. He and Paul Bojanic. Garrett Boyd and Kevin Spaulding got out nose to tail, and we'll see. Those two probably going to inherit the lead right here as they're going to go by. Yeah, Vinny will be on pit road. And that separated this field. Forstner was the guy that got out in front of everybody off of that deal, that spin. Bigelow is 4th, but he's a ways off of Forstner. And then he's got Watson tucked in behind. That's your top 5 right now. Mackey, Callis, Chazon. Blevins is 9th, and Blevins is 15 seconds behind the leaders. Damore is 10th. He was the truck that got into Blevins, getting on pit road after Blevins got sideways in front of the whole pack. My favorite part of these races, green flag pit stops. Something always seems to happen. Someone has a magnificent one, or somebody has a poor one, or a combination of, and it shakes everything up. We're just past the halfway point. We've stayed green. Had the incident between Pearson and Scott that took both of them out. No caution for that. And then this happening going down in on pit road. No caution for this either. And that is separated this field a very, very, very long way. Let's check and see. Where is Adam Vinny? Adam Vinny runs 17th. And he runs just in front of our leaders because he's coming out of turn 2. And they're right behind him. They're on the same straightaway. So he's going to have to pray for a caution. Because we're going to be down to 35 laps here next time by. 36 to go right here. Boyd back to the front. Spaulding right there. These two started towards the front. Started 1st and 3rd. Forstner now has Bigelow right behind. We'll see if they race each other or if they try to close that 2.5 second gap to the trucks in front. just a tick quicker than the guys in front of them together. They're about a tenth of a second quicker. Watson right in that group as well. Corey Blevins, 8th place, and Blevins, well, he's 15, almost 15. He's 14 and a half seconds off the lead. He's got some stuff to do. He was the truck that got moved high. I think he moved himself high, is what it looked like to me. Truck in front of him slowed quickly. He wasn't ready, moved himself to the right, went up the hill. When he came back down, he just hit the transition at a bad angle. It unweighted the truck, and he spun across in front of the entire group that was going into pit road. Everybody had to take evasive action. Drivers missed pit road. Drivers ran into each other. They ran into him. Everybody's pit stops were slowed quite a bit. Those that got in and out cleanly, which is all the way back to like Coy Callis, well, they're going to stay within about 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds of the lead. Drivers out front, I think they're content to stay right there and just keep drafting each other. 2 behind are pressing. They were making up time until about the last 2 laps, and that time has not been nearly as drastic. It was over a tenth the laps prior to, and now it's just about a half a tenth. Ooh, I saw Bigelow get a little out of shape right there. And I think he's trying to stay behind Forstner, get that push, stay together, and try to close that gap. And they're still closing. They've got it at 2 seconds. It was roughly 3.5 when we first got back out here under green flag. So 30, 90, 30, 80, they were quicker that lap. Watson's starting to fall off. He's by himself, and he has no help, so he is starting to lose the group in front of him. Mackey behind, and Mackey's not really closing the gap either. Callis is quite a ways behind. Then Blevins by himself. Chazon inside the top 10. He runs by himself. And then Austin DeMore, who was part of that incident, right in front of Todd Keir. If those two could link up, they could start to catch the guys in front of them. The more trucks that link up together, the easier it's going to be for them to make up the time on the drivers in front. But right now, it's just Boyd and Spalding out front. Forstner leading Bigelow, and they've got it down to about 1.5 seconds. Creeping in on lap 50 of 75. Going to be 46 in the books this time by. And that time Spalding had a little trouble getting through 3 and 4, and he let that gap get out to about 8 truck lengths. When Forstner picks the draft up off the truck in front of him, which should be by the end of this straightaway, you only need to get within about 0.8 of a second. If he sniffs that up, you'll see a drastic increase in speed on the 4 truck, the 27 truck, and the gap will just close right down. Your leader's going to encounter the lap traffic here. He's going to run up on the 125 of Mashburn. Trying to use the draft off that truck as long as he can. He's going to try to pull up to the next couple right in front. He's got a ways to go. That time Spalding's super wide in turns 1 and 2. And now Forstner can definitely get that draw off the truck in front of him. He's got it down to 0.5 seconds. So we're going to have at least a 3 or 4 truck battle here towards the end of this. Russell Harold and Chris Emerson are the 2 trucks right in front of your leader. Emerson's going to stay down low. Now, Forstner and Bigelow have caught Spalding, and they're not even going to waste any time. They pull right out, and they're going to squeeze right by. Forstner dangerous. Took it down on the flat there. We'll be 25 to go next time by. We have not had a caution yet.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
I should have kept my mouth shut. Going to be for the 107. Looks like he is going to crash all on his own. And that'll change it all. Now you got a new race, folks. Now it is no longer about staying out there surviving this. Now it'll be a dogfight for the last 21, 22 laps. Everybody will come in, get fresh tires, so we'll all be on an even playing field. We'll bunch everybody back up, and that pit stop snafu, well, that's all going to get erased right here. They'll line them up behind the pace car. You'll see everybody peel off, go to pit road. Everybody's going to want fresh tires for this last run. That run, good run, was only about 15, 16 laps. But everybody wants fresh skins on the truck. I guarantee you the guys at the back. 16th place, Russell Harold on up to probably first place, Garrett Boyd. All going to come into pit road. DeMore is a lap down after the spin. Mashburn is 2 and Emerson is 2. I would imagine no lucky dog. Well, we'll watch our leader right now hit his pit box. Should be about 4th or 5th in line. DeMore missed his. Blevins is into his. I haven't seen the top 2. There comes Adam Vinny. Oh, Forstner's going to grab the lead coming out. Had a good run out, and Boyd spun the tires. Spalding comes out 3rd. Bigelow, Watson, Mackey, Chazont, Callis, Blevins 9th, and Todd Keir 10th coming off pit road. Dylan Herman, then Everett, Bojanic, Gomez, Russell Harold, Adam Vinny still on pit road. Emerson still on pit road. Mashburn. We'll see what happens with his. He may not have pitted. He may have taken a waiver round there. But Mike Forstner getting it done. Good pit stop for the 4 crew. All right, let's start getting them doubled up. We'll see how the aggression level is. It'll be 22 to go. We get the restart. Everybody bunched back up. You know what that means. We're near the end. Every position important. Intensity's ratcheting up as it is. So you never know. "22 laps. All that remains here tonight." Adam Vinny's up here. Oh, 7th row on the outside back here. Maybe 8th row on the outside. But he's not almost a lap down, and that is a big improvement from where he was. So we'll see what he can do with that. Bigelow up front has been trying to break through for a while. We'll see if he can get something done. Mike Forstner would love to win this race. As we get into the start zone, we're going to get a green flag. Up through the gears, and it looks like Boyd got the best of the restarts. Truck down on the very bottom. Corey Blevins trying to make moves. Pull alongside Callis right there. Put him up to about 8th. Shifting, shaking, rumbling around. I thought Watson was going to make it 3 wide. He thinks better of it. Gets back in line behind Kevin Spaulding. And now Forstner. Right through the middle. Not giving that middle lane up to the driver on the high side. Three wide, row number 3, Blevins dove it to the bottom. Vinny dove it to the bottom. He's already up inside the top 8. Oh, contact, Blevins and Spaulding. Caution coming out. A little moving around from trucks right there, and it just looks like Blevins got to the inside and Spaulding may not have been prepared for him to be there. So that'll slow some things down, change a few things up. We'll see what we can do here. We're probably going to have about 17 laps remaining. They're all lining up on the bottom, making it look like they're going to go to pit road. We only had a couple of 3 laps there. I highly doubt anybody will duck off here, especially up here at the front. Yeah, I don't think you're going to see much in the way of takers here. Russell Harrell 15th. Even Kevin Spaulding on tires that he spun out on did not go to pit road. Could be that Austin D'Amore might get the wave around. And it looks like he will. So that'll put the 107 back on the lead lap. Going to be about 16 to go on the restart. And 3 of your top 4 in points that shifted to the back at the start. They're once again back inside the top 7. They're inside the top 6 right now. So we're just going to see where this finishes up. It should be a dogfight. Should be pretty entertaining. Michigan is one of those tracks. You're going to get a lot of pack racing. You're going to get a lot of lead changes, a lot of passes. In order to win one, your strategy is going to have to be perfect. Your execution is going to have to be better than that. Should get the one to go. Everybody's going to start doubling up. All right. Doubled up, Forstner and Boyd, Bigelow and Blevins, Mackey and Vinny, Watson and Callis, Keir and Everett are the top 10 right now. Still 17 trucks on the lead lap. 19 trucks on the track. Mashburn's a lap down. Emerson is 2 laps down. Only had 2 retirees. And that was for a non-yellow incident. All right, pace car out of the way. Green flag's about to come out.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back in the air. Good start for Forstner. Not such a good start on that outside row. He's going to stack the guys on the high side up just a tiny bit. Bigelow. Inside row 2 is going to get clear. Now Boyd's going to close the hole between Bigelow and Blevins. Try to get out of turn 2 alongside Bigelow. Bigelow tried to keep him pinned down there on the very, very bottom, and it didn't quite work because they're 3 wide for the lead. Going into turn 3, coming to 15 to go. Boyd on the bottom, shoots out to the front. Bigelow gets around Forstner. Forstner lost a lot of momentum up on the top, and that's going to put the 21 out front, but Bigelow is going to side draft. Up alongside, going into turns 1 and 2. Blevins will drop to the bottom 3 wide. Told you we were going to get a dogfight, folks. And we are going to get one. Adam Vinny kind of stuck back there. Stays about 6th, 7th right now. Blevins not sure who to push, not sure who to go with. He's going to try to keep his options open in the middle. I saw Adam Vinny go wide right there. He's going to give up a couple of spots. He'll lose spot to Todd Keir in the 88, Coy Callis in the 2, drop him back to 9th. It is just going to be side by side at the front, and they are going to battle for it. Bigelow getting a push out front. Boyd trying to get back in line. He'll do it third, right in front of Watson, and Watson said, no, I don't think so. I'm going for the spot. Adam Vinny back to 6 just like that. I don't even think we completed a lap. He was 9th. Now he's 6th again. So passing trucks. Here comes Blevins looking for the lead again. Up the hill, he tried to move Bigelow. Force him up a little early, and Bigelow just held his ground. He's going to get a good run. Now they're 3 wide because a big, giant run from behind. Here comes Watson in behind Boyd. Well, Adam Vinny's truck getting turned around. Can he save it? Yes, he can. Going to cost him a handful of spots. Wow. Boyd to the point. Bigelow is second. Then Vinny and Mackey are side by side. Vinny's going to get the spot back. Move him to third. A lot of laps left. Going to be 11 to go this time and 2 miles. That's a lot of time. Bigelow back to the inside on Boyd. He's going to have his teammate drop down behind him. Now going to be beside him. Thought Boyd was going to try to push Vinny for a second. He thought better of it, and he almost got Mackey pushing on his bumper for the trouble. Vinny crossed the nose right in front of the 27. He's going back to the point. Mackey now after Boyd. That's not going to work out. Boyd's going to drop to the bottom. Man, they are weaving and bobbing here. 10 to go. Blevins way back there now. 11th after that mistake. He's kind of out of it. Boyd got around Bigelow. Back to second. He's right behind Vinny. Top 4, a little bit of a breakaway over Watson. Mackey's trying to hold on in here. See if he can steal this. Now Boyd right behind Vinny. Stays out wide in 1 and 2. Vinny goes to the middle. Come together in a crossover. Something wrong with the 21 truck.
All right, man, caution is out.
Caution is out. Don't know what happened to the 21. Ooh. Yeah, he got around there. Something mechanical with that truck. We'll slow things down. We're going to get another restart late in this one. Vinny, Mackey, Bigelow, Watson, Everett, Callis, Forstner, Spalding, Keir, Blevins, Herman, Bojanic, Gomez, DeMore, Chazon, Harold. Now we're into lap down cars. Starts with Boyd, then Mashburn, Emerson. No takers for pit road. Oh, no, all takers. Everybody. I thought we were going to see people going on by. We did not. They're all coming in. Didn't have that many laps on these tires, but hard laps. And everybody wants fresh shoes. Watch if Bigelow can take this lead coming off of pit road here. Boyd makes it to his pit stall. I don't know what happened to him. Vinny looks like he is going to get first one off pit road. Spalding, Harold. Then Vinny came out. First off pit road. Callis up to second off pit road. Bigelow, Watson, Mackey, Everett, Blevins, Bajonic, Keir, Herman, Gomez, Chazon. Mashburn's still on track, and he's just trying to get laps back. The last of the trucks that came off pit road right there. Austin DeMore and Mike Forstner still on pit road, and I don't know what happened to Forstner. He was right up in the thick of things. Got turned, and now he's sitting on pit road just waiting. There goes Kevin Spalding heading in. Russell Harold is going to stay up front. Looks like lights are going out. It means we're going to get a restart. There comes the rest of our drivers. Emerson and company. Forstner way late rolling off. So we'll have 5 laps, 10 miles. Settle it all up. Russell Harold will have control of the field coming to this restart. Could be the final restart. Into the restart zone. 5 laps remaining. Green flag. Good restart for Russell Harold. Coy Callis didn't quite time it perfect, but he's going to get alongside Adam Vinny. No help behind. Vinny's got plenty of help. Watson did not get a good start. Callis has got a little bit of room. He's going to give all that up. Now he runs back to the back bumper of Russell Harold. Adam Vinny powers by on the high side. Brock Bigelow and Mackey goes by as well. Jacob Watson went from the bottom to the top. He's going to try to get through for 4th. He wants to stay in touch with these guys. Here comes Corey Blevins again. Blevins is up to about 7th, 6th. He's got to pass the 2 in front of him real quick here. Up front, side by side. Vinny and Bigelow. Mackey just trying to figure out where he's going to go to try to steal this thing. We're already inside 4 laps remaining. Bigelow to the point. Vinny tucks in behind. He may look to go inside. Bigelow covered the line. Now Watson in that 2 wide, 3 deep. Blevins, the last truck on the outside of that 3 rows, a 2 wide. Coming to 2 to go this time. Blevins got clear of Callis. It's going to get interesting for the last 2 laps for sure. 5 trucks in the draft and under a blanket. Blevins is going to try to make it 3 wide. The door gets shut both top and bottom. He's got to fall behind Watson. Bigelow back to the point. Watson's trying to follow him through. Three wide. Blevins goes to the bottom. Does he have momentum? He'll get alongside, but I don't know if he can complete any of this because they're too tight in front of him. Bigelow still has the point. Now Watson moves up. He'll get behind Vinny. White flag. If they come across a line like this, we'll have to rely on iRacing's timing, and scoring the naked eye may not be able to tell us. Almost 3 wide, coming out of 2, little slip from Bigelow. Lap truck, slower truck. Kevin Spaulding is right in front of these guys. Wreck coming to the checks. Watson's going to go through. Blevins is coming through. Mackey's up to 3rd. Can he hang on to it to the line? Watson's going to break through and get his first win. They're wrecking behind. It'll be Watson, Blevins, Mackey, Bigelow, Bojanic with a 5th place finish. Let's go back. Now we'll watch this. This is tight racing. Yep. Just trying to squeeze, and sometimes when you pinch, you pay. And they were racing hard for the spots, and it hurt the 27 truck of Bigelow because he really lost some spots. And then here you can see that. That was behind. But a first-time winner in the series. Jacob Watson, and then Corey Blevins, Brandon Mackey, Brock Bigelow, Paul Bojanic, Todd Keir, Coy Callis, Kyle Gomez, 8th. Michael Everett, 9th. Dylan Herman, 10th. Mike Forstner was 11th. Russell Harrod, 12th. Jacob Mashburn, 13th. Adam Vinny, 14th after battling for the lead right there at the end of this thing. Going to come home 14th tonight. Tyler Chazon, 15th. Austin DeMore, 16th. Garrett Boyd was 17th after his mechanical issues. Spalding, 18th. Emerson, 19th. Pearson and Scott, 20 and 21. They exited early. We don't like any of these views, but this is the one we're going to go with. So we'll start finding our drivers. Mackey. Watson. And he's always down here a long ways. There we go. Now let's grab driver the 99, Brandon Mackey. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It looked like that got really intense at the end, and you are going to stay out of the mess and come home with a 3rd place finish.
Oh, boy. It was getting crazy back there. There was all kinds of switching lanes, pushing. We were 3 wide, 4 wide. It was a fun race.
Looked like
wish we
everyone
could
was...
all made it to the...
Go ahead.
I wish we could have made it to the checker there, but...
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of guys trying to do a little side driving, some guys trying to, maybe keep some guys from getting a great run, and it looked like inevitably at the front, the 2 trucks moved together at the same time. Did you see that coming?
I thought I didn't see. I think when Vinny came down to kind of get a little bit of a side draft as the 31 got into him, it just kind of he had his wheel that way and just kind of kicked him out a little bit, and I just tried to stay high and not get collected with it.
Yeah, it looked pretty intense coming down through. There was kind of weird. We go to pit stops about halfway, and all of a sudden everybody's dodging and weaving and bobbing all over the place, and it kind of separated the field, and we had a green flag kind of feel at that point. What were you thinking right before we got the caution to bunch everybody back up?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I was thinking it was going green too. I was gonna pit in about 3 laps and try and get some fresh tires and catch up and still get in the draft because I was, up in 6th and could have, got back out behind the field and kept use of those tires. But obviously the caution changed that, and then we all came again at the end and just, like I said, made it an 8-lap shootout of just pure craziness there.
Well, an awesome run, man. 3rd place finish. Give me some shout-outs before we let you head out.
I appreciate all my teammates, Cameron getting the win, Kyle, Adam, he's been helping me out a lot. This league has just been a great time, and hope everybody out there watching enjoyed it.
All right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. We'll look forward to seeing you back here next week.
All righty, sounds good. Have a good one.
Brandon Mackey finishes 3rd tonight. Now he's won a lot. He's podiumed a ton. He's still here on the podium in the 24 truck. Corey Blevins restarting about 6th or 7th there on that last restart. It didn't look like a podium finish tonight.
It didn't. It was almost like a restrictor plate race in ways. Adam kind of got the bad end of the deal there, getting wrecked there at the end. So it helps me though. I give it that for the points situation, but he probably had the best truck out of all of us tonight still.
It looked like multiple times having to carve your way through the field. Tell me what happened getting ready to go in for pits on about lap 35, 36.
Yeah, so what happened was Adam slowed down a lot faster than I thought he was going to. And then I hit him just slightly and then went to the outside of him. And then once I did that and then tried to hit pit road entry because I was out of fuel, I had to pit there. And then when I hit the brakes, it just locked up and there it went. Spun right into pit road. So yeah, that's kind of bad deal there, but thankfully we got a yellow there and got all caught up and everything. But I think if the yellow didn't come out there, I think it was like 8th there, and we were really spread apart.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to go green, and I think a lot of guys were probably feeling the same thing. We're probably not going to bunch back up here, so we're going to have to fight and claw for everything we're going to get. Then you catch the caution, and then a bunch of restarts after that, and it got really wild heading to the finish.
Yeah, a lot of 3 and 4 wide. I'm surprised we honestly made it as clean as we did, as close as we were all night. I tried to give you a show there on that first run. We were back and forth with the lead, and it was really hard to get to the lead. Let me tell you, you really had to especially on those other tires. I really had to drive it in. I don't know if you saw how far I was driving it into the corner, but it was crazy.
Looked like a chess match. You had to pick the exact right time, be perfect on your execution just to get a sniff of the lead for a long time there. But you come home 2nd tonight, man. You got some shout-outs, some thank yous before we let you get out of here?
Yeah, Keys Architects and Associates always had my back there. And then I do want to give a shout-out to Kevin. I know he's battling cancer, so thoughts and prayers with him as well as he's battling that.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. Congrats on another great run. It can't hurt you in the points to stay on the podium, my friend. We'll look forward to seeing what you can do next week.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Corey Blevins finishing in 2nd here tonight. Now let's move on to first-time winner. He's talked about possibly breaking through this season. He gets it done tonight at Michigan. Mr. Watson, you're in victory lane finally.
I'm here. Not quite the way that I wanted to. I was trying to give Vinny a little bump for drafting, try to push him out front, try to, be a friend and help him. And I guess I got to the right side of his back bumper and I spun him. It's awesome to win. I feel great, but at the same time, I'm really bummed that's how it went.
Yeah, it looked like it was getting pretty intense, and everybody was having to make aggressive moves to try to grab the lead, and you're in a cluster of trucks right there. Like you said, you were just trying to give a little push to a guy and end up getting him loose off the nose of the truck. But all night long, 31 truck fought hard.
Yeah, we played it kind of safe early, wanted to kind of manage our tires, try not to slide the truck around the first run because I did some practice, and when you scorch the tires, man, it's like driving on ice. So I made sure to not burn them up, kind of have it towards the end of the run, and then that caution came out, and it was just a shootout at that point. And and I was trying to gain as much position as I could. My goal was just to be on the podium so I could talk to you tonight. Didn't really, I mean, obviously wanted to win, but man, that was fun. That was fun. I'm very happy to get my first win, but I hate it for my buddy.
Well, an awesome run nonetheless. Like you said, breaking through, getting your first win here tonight, man. You got some shouts, some thank yous before we let you go.
Yes, sir. I'd like to thank TCW Construction, Fountain City Landscaping, Velocity Race Wraps. Contact Paul if you need any race wraps. And also, I'd like to shout out to Vinny. He's been helping me at these past few tracks. Been running good the last probably month or so, and a lot of it's credit to him. He's been teaching me some stuff, so maybe we can keep it going.
All right, man. Congrats on the win. We'll look forward to seeing you back next week.
All right, brother. Y'all have a good one.
Jacob Watson breaking through, picking up his first win in the series in the 31 truck. Was an exciting one. I told you guys it was going to get crazy at the end. I know how these things go. I know how races here. It doesn't matter what car we're in. I know how these races go. If you get everybody bunched back up, you are going to have Daytona, Talladega style racing, and we did. We had great drafting. We had some strategic moves. We had a lot of different things going on. And in the end, right place, right time, 31 truck picks up the win. So look forward. They just got a couple races left in the series, and I know they're already working on next season's schedule, so we'll figure all that out. Don't forget to tune in with us tomorrow night, about 8:15 Eastern, for Netcode Esports Mighty Midget Series as they pull the doubleheader again. 2 different tracks this week. Last week they went to the same track twice. This week I believe we go to Lima Land and I-55. So a couple of great short tracks on their schedule. Always produce really good racing for those guys. So make sure you tune in and say hi in the chat. I want to thank you all for being here. Without you, there's no reason for us to do this. Without all the great leagues giving us fantastic racing like we saw here tonight, there's nothing to cover. So high fives and pats on the back all the way around. Till we see you the next time. Peace and love.